Namaste, beautiful yogis, and welcome to our new program for the month of October, or whenever you want to join this in the future. It will be here for you to join it at any time. This is Core Activation Progressive Vinyasa program. We'll progressively deepen our vinyasa flows, and on top of the vinyasa, we'll add a lot of core activation, deepening the core connection exercises. The way I have been including a lot of core engagement exercises, this is going to be a program specifically and strictly dedicated to that, so that we can, at the end of this month, feel deeper connection, cinch everything in, not because of the vanity issues, but because a strong core is really the foundation of a strong body, and everything really happens here because this is, what is this? This is everything. It contains all our internal organs, from the reproductive system to all the digestive and eliminative organs. So we really want to strengthen the abdominal wall that holds everything in place, that contains our energy from the root chakra up. All the second and third chakras are here. So we're really talking about spiritual and physical benefits. Of course, this would translate into emotional and mental benefits. So that's one aspect of it. Back pain, of course, anything with hips or pelvic issues is connected again to the core. The core wraps from the inner thighs all the way up, so as everything is included here. Lower back is part of the core, so we will work on that area of the body as well. And because everything is interconnected, of course, the upper back and shoulders are, of course, part of the game. The chest is part of the game. The legs are the same. So it is a full body program, but we will really focus on that area, and we'll do some rehabilitative exercises, something slower. This program is not going to be hit it hard type of program. It will be more slow moves, mindfulness, awareness, paying attention to each and every move, that type of program. Share it with your friends, please. Anybody that you think might benefit from joining my membership or this program, just share it, because this is going to be for all levels. And even though it is going to be appropriate for beginners, it is product of years of refining my moves and refining the things that really work, that are really effective. So in how intricate the program design will be, it will not be beginner, because beginner usually is here, warrior one. This is going to be a little more intricate, a little more body awareness required in it, but the moves themselves are going to be slower and appropriate for everybody. So beginners would benefit from the slower movement and precision movement, and advanced people benefit from the awareness about the body. Good for everybody. I will not be doing any more long intros. This is the intro for the entire series, and just introducing you to the program, telling you about its benefits. It will definitely benefit you if you have back pain or any pain in the body, especially if that is the cause for it, a weak core or a poor posture. If the cause is something else, it can just help you to ease it or better the situation. But again, you're gonna have to do a few things in order to restructure everything. Now, a lot of the classes will require vacuums, so I would advise you to do the classes on empty belly or relatively empty. You can have tea and a small snack a little before class, not immediately. Definitely no big meals, because imagine putting all this work in and something pushing from inside out. It's not going to be mechanically very comfortable, and also it can cause digestive upset. So that is common for any yoga practice. Just try to be on relatively empty stomach. You don't have to be empty stomach, but a little bit. All right, so with that long intro in mind, are you ready to flow with strength and ease? Starting at the middle of the mat, we're going to take a few steps forward and a few steps back with full awareness of our posture and our core connection. So when you step, feel your midsection starting to connect from the mind-body connection. This program will be all about mind-body connection, awakening muscles through the power of awareness, the mind. So stepping and finding the grace within that just connects you and lets you move with integrity. Don't worry if in the beginning, this is our first class, if you don't feel it quite there. That's why we're here, to develop this. But we're starting now and developing that awareness, moving from your core. And that's how you should go about your day when you're going for a walk. Feel your core firing up. So we're not just walking, but we're with the core engaging. You can touch it. Touching muscles really awakens them. Great. Stepping in the middle. Take your feet apart. And we're gonna swing the arms side to side. Now we're going to clasp the hands in front of us, push the palms of the hands forward, round the back, tuck the tailbone under pelvic tilt, take a big breath in and pull Mula Bandha in. Mula Bandha is the Kegel muscles, your pelvic floor. Inhale and reach over the head, keeping the arms rounded in a rounded fashion. Look up and lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale. Inhale. Opening the chest, elbows pressing out to the side so the back widens. Inhale, arching the back. Exhale, great. Here we're gonna take wide stance and just work on Mula Bandha, hands on the hips. Inhale, Mula Bandha contracts. So think of energy pressing from down and from up, meeting here in the midsection. Exhale, releasing Mula Bandha, releasing the air. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly inhale. Keeping the abdominal wall in. Exhale. Great. Shake it out and we're gonna reverse it now. This was from Ashtanga. I like it because it's energy containing, but with the core we can do the opposite. And exhale and bring Mula Bandha in. So it squeezes the stomach more because there is no air. So it has a different value here. Inhale, release. And let the belly pop out, let go. Now exhale, and from the exhalation, less pressure on the abdominal wall. Everything hollows in a little more. We're still not doing any vacuums. Exhale, Mula Bandha in. So the two sides of the abdominal wall are pushing in and release. We're working on the breath, we're working on our pranayama, our awareness, consciousness, posture. Big breath in, exhale. And you feel how that allows for the air to leave the body empty, the lungs and squeeze a little bit more of the air out so that everything connects in a different way. So both of them are very valuable, and you can apply both of them throughout the practice. If I don't give you any cues about the breath, you can apply either one or the other, whichever one feels good. So during the practice, make sure that your feet, this is 101, your feet are always toes spreading open and the arch is activating, so everything is aligning from the feet up. When your feet are just kind of hanging, your entire posture can be dictated by that foot alignment. So once the feet, I'm not putting any, I'm just kind of hanging here, and now I'm just going to activate my feet. As soon as I activate my feet, I feel my inner thighs totally firing up. I totally feel everything activating, and I can't help it but to feel my core activating, and that spreads and moves in as a wave in my body all the way into the shoulders, and they want to stand a little further back, and my chest wants to be soft but open, and my chin wants to be parallel, just by activating the feet. Breath, we cover breath, we cover feet. Now inhale and reach out to the sides. The feet are about hip width apart but facing forward, and drop the shoulders down, drop the shoulder blades down, and now reach through the fingertips out to the sides. Feel how this gives freedom in your body. Does it give freedom in your body? If it doesn't, if you feel restricted, if you feel like your freedom was robbed in this pose, then move around, find the pose that's right for you. Maybe the shoulders need to adjust, maybe the hips, the pelvis needs to widen. There is a widening of the pelvis that comes with awareness. Tailbone slightly tuck in. We don't want to over tuck. I never mean that, just a slight extension so that you can rotate out a little bit so that there is width, space in the pelvis, and we can properly contract with the Kegel muscles. With Mula Bandha, I'll call it Kegel here and there just so it gives you an idea of what I'm talking about if Mula Bandha is a little too Sanskriti for you. And inhale the hands over the head, reach over to one side. I want everybody to be able to benefit from this series, so I'm gonna keep it good for all levels, but beginners can keep up. And if you need to rest, if you need to break up a class in 2 days, definitely do that. And again, shift and lengthen. Now I want you to drop your shoulders down and to feel the space in the pelvic area. Opposite side. So pose should give you freedom, should feel free in your body, should open up space in your body. It should not feel like it's closing your energy down. Even when the pose is contracting, you still should feel space and freedom in the spine here. Okay, the belly is compressed in a forward bend, but we feel that everything is lengthening in the back of the neck, the head is hanging, and the spine is becoming spacious. So every pose we do, regardless of if it's expansive as a back bend or contracting as a twist or a forward bend, should free up your body. You should feel freedom in the body. Now, these are some of the things we want to pay attention to throughout the entire month of October. This is going to be really a month that will deepen your practice and will deepen your connection to your own body, and it will deepen your connection to your core as a part of your body, as a part of your awareness and consciousness, because the core, it is part of the first and second and third chakra, and it's also your core beliefs and how you reside in your body, how you reside in your awareness. And with this in mind, keep all of this in mind whenever you can. Breathing, feet, spaciousness, openness, freedom in the body, Mula Bandha, mind-body connection, and let's begin. Exhale, diving forward with a straight back and spaciousness in the spine. Inhale, look ahead of you, and again lengthen here. Don't press the neck back, lengthen the back of the neck, soften the eyes, lengthen the lower back, pull the belly in, Mula Bandha in, and feel how this feels with Mula Bandha. Let's fire up the toes, fire up the core, pull it in. And if your core is not super strong, it will be by the end of the series. And hands on the floor. You can bend the knees if you can reach the floor. Not everybody can, and that is totally and perfectly fine. Step it back, plank or knee plank. Now a lot of you can do plank, but if you have to adjust, do knee plank or even lay on your belly. And now lower down, either chaturanga or onto your belly. Inhale, either upward dog or cobra. For cobra, again, lengthen and firm the belly up. You don't want your belly to be hanging, especially here. Lower down, lengthen the back of the neck and lift one leg up and then the other. One and then the other. Feel how that fires up your lower back. Great. Press onto all fours. Inhale, arch and lengthen. Exhale, Mula Bandha and round. Inhale, arch and lengthen. Exhale, Mula Bandha and round. Inhale, exhale. Great. Coming back to neutral. Here we're just going to exhale and go into a vacuum. So hollow the belly as best as you can. And you can bring Mula Bandha in. Two more. One more. And now walk your feet a little further away from you. Rehab for the back. Lower the hips to one side and then to the other. You can spread the knees slightly apart and just move side to side. Only in the areas that feel good. Just move where you feel that it brings freedom, especially if you sit long hours at a desk. This will move the areas that get stone hard. The body hardens too much. If it doesn't move, if the breath doesn't flow freely, if the bandhas are inactive. All right, very good. Another core activation. Take the right leg up, pull the belly in, left arm forward, knee to elbow, and lengthen. Knee to elbow, draw it in, lengthen, knee to elbow, lengthen, and step it down. Opposite side. Try to keep the hips level. One more. And from here, shift over onto your belly. Round the back, pull the belly in and lay down. And we're going to bend the knees and bring them in as far in as you need to in order to have your lower back touching the floor. And you can tuck the tailbone slightly, which will activate the lower belly, and the end of the tailbone basically will be off the floor. Now what you don't want to do is peel the back of the floor arch here and lets the belly hang. So sometimes you need your knees closer to you if your core is not very strong, and if it's very strong you'll be able to push them away, but towards the end of this series you have a marked improvement. So don't rush it, give yourself the time that your body needs. You have all the time in the world. And let's peel the tailbone off the floor, press the lower back into the floor and move the knees further away, just a few millimeters maybe. And now move one and then the other without any of this alignment changing in any way. So let's go. Right knee moves and comes back. You can press your elbows out to the side, opposite. This is really hard. So now if you're really advanced, you can lower down, but make sure that everything is staying connected. Lower back is touching the floor. You can keep checking. Knees are spread out. You can touch your belly and see how everything is activating. You don't have to touch the floor ever. Great. A little rest and we'll repeat it. This is a total power move. Learn to touch your core muscle and see if they're active, if they're firm. You can also touch the space right around the belly button between the muscles to see how big the gap is. We've covered that in the postpartum series. Lower back on the floor. Let's reach up with both hands to make this a little more involved. It takes all of my mind power to do this correctly. After all, I'm still postpartum and it takes mindfulness. Reach over the head and see, maybe just with one hand and then the other. So take your level. Some of you have really strong cores and some have weak cores. All right, rest. One more core activation. Step your feet down and we're gonna lift the tailbone off the floor and even the lower back and lower down. Lift, pelvic tilt, but not a small pelvic tilt where we're just moving on the floor, a little big pelvic tilt and then lift into bridge. Release, pelvic tilt, lift into bridge, release, pelvic tilt, lift into bridge, release. Bring your hands onto the lower belly and touch it, firm it. This is where you're supposed to bring awareness, mind-body connection to these muscles here. It should be firm. And don't worry, it will get firmer with time. Step your feet forward. Core activation. Roll onto your side and onto your belly. And let's bring the left leg off the floor, right arm. Hold it. Opposite side. One more. Change. Change. And lay onto your hands, forehead on the hands. Tuck the tailbone under. Bend the left knee. Release. Keep the tailbone extended down. Right knee. Release. So belly is sticking to the floor and you're really feeling how active it is. You can bend one knee at a time. Release the other knee and feel the belly really firming up here. One more. One more. Good. With all this mindfulness, our core activation is completed and we're ready for downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, step it through, And come up, warrior one. You can step your feet hip width apart here, taking a wider stance, which allows you to align your hips the way they feel comfortable. Feel where this pose brings freedom in your body, in which particular alignment. Where? Hands in prayer, and fire up the belly, which is already fired up, and take warrior three. Level the hips once you're here. Slowly come up to standing, knee into the chest, and back to warrior three. And warrior one, stepping back. Exhale down into plank. If you need to modify planks, do so on the knees. And twisting side to side. Also, you could do planks on your elbows if your wrists are still strengthening or not strong. So twisting side to side, not too far, as far as it feels good. And lower down, either chaturanga or cobra or upward dog and down dog. Take the left leg up, step it through. Warrior one, adjusting your foot alignment to whatever feels good. Extending the tailbone down, feel your core, bring your awareness to the core. Within each move, your core is active and participating. Hands over the heart, shift forward, warrior three. Level the hips, drishti. Come up to standing slowly. Knee into the rib cage. Warrior three. Warrior one. Big breath in here. Exhale down plank. And here we're gonna round the back and pull the belly in. Plank, round. Plank, round. Oh, plank, round. This is gonna be by no means easy. I'll just bring you mindfulness exercises that kind of seem easy, but that's to awaken the core. And once it's awakened, a few more. Once it's awakened, you see how every move just fires up the core. Walk your knees to the line right behind your wrists. And here you're gonna do a little knee march. This should feel very difficult. So the knees are close to your wrists, in between almost. And you bring in one. Other. This fires up my core so much I can't even talk, and that's right. Great, down dog. This was awesome. Inhale the right leg up. Step it through, warrior two. Reverse it. Side angle, either here or down here, depending on your own flexibility level. Honor your body. In every move you do, honor your body. Don't be eager to be somewhere else. Just be grateful for where you're at. Exhale, both hands down. Spin the back heel straight up. Lower the knee. Let's stretch a little bit here. Keep your right knee back over the ankle. Walk the left knee further back if you need to, and feel that stretch all along the groin area. So the groin is a constellation of many muscles, many. We're stretching the hip flexors here and the entire groin. Releasing if there's tension in the groin, if it's pulling one way and kind of creating tension. All right, left hand on the floor. The knee comes off the floor and reach with the right hand up. Now fire up the legs and come up twisting. Spin the arms. Great. And another core exercise that is favorite of mine, side plank. Feel free to keep the right foot on the floor. If you've been with me for a long time, you can probably do side plank, but if you cannot, it's okay if you never do, and you always modify. Everything is fine, just honor the body, celebrate it, be grateful for its strengths and weaknesses. The weaknesses are where we grow, the areas which help us grow. Chaturanga or Cobra, up dog. Down dog. Take the left leg up. Step it through, warrior two. Keep your knee back. Relax the shoulders, find the freedom in the body. Sit in the back side of the body, so sit back here. Reverse it. If you sit in the back of the body, you feel how this goes deeper through the obliques. Side angle. I'm going through the stages of side angle, so you can pick one. Again, don't feel like you have to be here. If you're here, good. If you're not, good, as long as you're somewhere where it feels free. Let's bring both hands down, turn the back heel up, lower the knee, keep both knees back, further back, and stretching the hip flexor and groin area. Extending the tailbone down. Breathe and think about your core. Feel it. Let's take the right hand down. Knee comes up, left arm up. And you can reach over the head as well. Stay light on that shoulder. And here you can activate the feet and slowly come up spinning to side plank. Pulling the belly in, stacking the hips on top of each other, even if you're taking a variation of side plank, stacking everything, lifting the hips so there's no sagging. Lower both hands down, plank, knee tuck, step it back, knee tuck with absolute awareness. Alternating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Walk your knees in, release, take a big breath in, go back, pendulum. So we're gonna pendulum the knees. 1, 10. Lift again, thread your knees to the right, and either stay here or left foot, right hand, opposite side. Moving with consciousness, pull the belly in. All right, down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Keep your left heel as far down as you can, and let's bring knee to nose. So squeeze the belly. Shift forward, squeeze the knee into the chest. Step it through, high lunge. Hands in prayer, twist. If this is too far, just twist standing. So see where the twist feels good. Side plank again, variation of side plank. The foot can be stepped in front, and you can do star side plank here or just hold it. And plank, cobra or upward dog, down dog. Take the left leg up, step it through, high lunge, a variation of twist on an exhalation. Big breath in, release to side plank, to star side plank. Optional. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And here we're either gonna jump or walk the feet to the front. Point the toes out, hands in prayer. Yogic squat, that again can help with activating the core by releasing the groin and lower back from a cramped permanent position. Everybody loves arm balances, so should we do a curl? Don't feel obligated. I think balances are just for fun. You can experiment with just one leg up or both leg up, and back to your squat. I forget how much people love arm balances because I stopped including them as often, so maybe they'll come back maybe. All right, so point your feet forward, activate your toes, and if you need to hold the floor, and come up. Let's do a few squats here. Feet are, everybody is different. If you're very tall, you're gonna have the feet a little wider and a little out. The toes, just, it really depends on the anatomy of the hip joint, but lower down and come up, trying to feel your core activating, booty activating, core activating. Chest open. Great. Now we need a wall for the next exercise, so grab onto a wall or table, and we're going to be ballerinas. Reach over and back, reach over and back, shoulders back and down. Great. And here we're going to bring the heels together, toes out, lower down, and come up. Feel the integrity of your body. Opposite hand, just to use them both. And now you can bring both hands onto the wall and lift the right leg up. You can open the knee out a little, and you can lower the upper body a little and lift, lift, lift. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same exercise if you can without a wall. So focus on your balance, and you can bring your hands in front and lower down and come up with alignment. Lower down. Balance. It's so important to developing actual strength, but don't be hard on yourself if you can't. Let your body tell you what she can or cannot do. All right, coming back to the front of the mat, you can sway your hips in a fancy way here and just feel that movement being driven from the core. So the chest should be a little more open than in the beginning of the class, and just a little sway. Give your hips a swirl and feel everything coming from the core. The core opening the shoulders. We'll do a little bit of shoulder openers in a second, but just feel your movement coming from the core like a dancer. And even if you feel silly at first, it will fire up. I promise, with practice, it does fire up. It becomes a very central part of the awareness, or even it becomes integrated into the way we are, into our being. Good. So this is just a functional move so that we can reaffirm the connection. And let's come to the front. Inhale, vinyasa. Exhale, downward forward bend. Inhale, look ahead. Again, that connection. Core. Plank to either upward dog or cobra. Take it at your level, as long as you're doing a good back bend or appropriate back bend. You should benefit from it. And down dog. Inhale the right leg up, step it through, high lunge. Exhale behind, interlacing the fingers, open the chest, lower down, humble warrior. Again, a balancing pose. Come halfway up and shift into warrior 3. Level the hips, soften the shoulders. You can have fun here and spread the toes open, bend the right knee and twist the right shoulder up. You can even try to take your gaze up very hard and step it back. And again, twist here. Bring your hands by your left hip and look back. And soften. All right, beautiful. Vinyasa. Exhale. Left side comes up. Step it through. Come up. You can shift the clasp with the dominant finger under. Open, soften the chest. Press the hips forward, lower down. Humble warrior. Come halfway up. Shift. Level the hips. soften the chest, bend the left knee, either stay here or begin to twist here, and see if you can take the gaze. And step it back. And here we're gonna glide the hands by the right hip, soften the shoulders, look back. Beautiful. And release. Straighten the front leg. Take plie. Bring your hands behind, clasping, open, look up. And move side to side. So here just the core is moving you. Side to side bends. Feel your core. And facing forward, a little bit of leg work, which also involves core, just because we have to hold our body and our posture during leg exercises. So staggered squat, stagger the feet, and when you squat you're going to push the right knee back and the left knee towards the ankle and come up. So you're using this leg, the body, and this side. A lot of the quadriceps get fired up. So 1, 2, 3. The core is really engaged to hold you up, otherwise you'll just have a really poor posture here. Try to record yourself during this move. Take a little video on your phone and see your posture. Change sides. Push the left knee back, straight back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Step it to the front. Take the left leg back and across, and push the right knee back and stagger it 1. And really, you'll feel this. 2. Imagine this is a one-legged squat. The other leg is helping. 4, 5, 6, 7. Push back. 8, 9, and 10. I'm so feeling it. Opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hands on the floor. Plank. Lay down onto your left side. Bring your feet forward, torso slightly forward. You can even hold your hand. And here we're going to lift and lift and lift. 4, opposite side. Lay onto your back, pelvic tilts, feet facing directly forward. When you peel your tailbone off the floor, scoop in all these muscles from here, from the pubic bone up. Release. Bring in the Mula Bandha. Release, and let's do a vacuum here, stomach vacuum. So exhale and firm up the pelvic floor and hollow the belly. Great. Let's lift the feet up, and here you peel the head off the floor and you will move the legs. Now, if your core is extremely weak, you're just going to move your legs parallel or directly up, or even slightly over your head, because this requires a lot less work from your core, but if it's weak, it will challenge it. And now you can lower them slightly if you're a little more advanced, but hold your core, make sure it's aligning, and make sure your lower back is not peeling off. You can peel the head off. Rest, and we'll do one more set. So remember, you can do it here, especially for postpartum mamas who are hopefully doing my postpartum series first, and over time a little lower. Let's go. Great. Right leg on the floor, left leg hovering above the floor. Take the right arm up and peel the lower back down. Squeeze. Change. Bridge. To plow, feel free to do partial plow, which is peeling the booty off the floor if plow bothers you. And lift the legs up. Shoulder stand, partial shoulder stand is also fine. And roll down again, lower back to the floor. And here we're going to bring the right hand behind the head without pulling on the neck or head. Knee to elbow, extend, hold your belly, make sure that the lower back doesn't peel off. So anything that you cannot perform, just skip it. Opposite side, really with a lot of control here, so we know that we're isolating, working on the core. And release. Lay back down and bring yourself to complete and full relaxation for a few moments. You can extend the legs, keep the soles of the feet together, make yourself comfortable, and take the pose here, the posture that brings freedom in your mind and body, softness in your mind and body, forgiveness, acceptance towards your body, love for the limitations, Love your limitations, love the things that are challenging to your body, and also appreciate how good a servant your body has been, despite how much we beat it down emotionally and physically. And have that unconditional love that you have for a child towards your body. That forgiveness towards the body translates to forgiveness towards your own self, towards your own shortcomings and things in the past or in the present that you find difficult to forgive yourself for. And shifting everything towards yourself, even if sometimes you have troubles forgiving others, try forgiving yourself first and forgiveness will come. And let's bring the hands onto the lower belly and upper belly, stomach area. And just in your mind, flex the belly. Sometimes it would lead to isometric flexion, but you don't have to. Just stay in complete and full rest. And activate your core muscles only in your head, because it is proven to be really effective in actually producing physical results. Just flexing in your mind, visualizing flexing or visualizing a strong core can produce physically strong core. So flex it in your mind and release, and flex it and see it strong, see your core strong, and release. And one more time, flex it, strengthen it in your mind. Nothing is moving in your body, and release. And this time flex it, but also you can bring a little bit of a firmness physically. Feel the lower belly lifting and firming. Hold it firm and beautiful, accepting of it, appreciative of it, loving it. Release. Hold that vision in your mind's eye and turn to one side and roll up to seated and smile. And let's inhale the hands over the head and over the third eye and over the heart. And let's bow to our hearts for their forgiveness, compassion, and love. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me for this class, and I'll see you with my next class. Namaste.